What's up, guys, friends and family? How are we doing? I haven't posted in a bit, but there's a reason behind that. That is my 2008 BMW 325i with the N52. Now, was this a smart financial choice? At my age, most likely not, but I do have faith in BMW, as I do not have faith in Audi, after my last experience owning an A4. But here we are, here is the 325i, let me jump in and I'll show you guys more of it. But yo, here it is. This is not my first ever German car, my second actually. But here it is, this is the BMW 325i with the N52. But yeah, I have quite a lot to say about it, because I've owned it for about a month now, so not crazy long or anything. But yeah, it's been a pretty good car, it's been pretty fun. And I can't wait to show you guys, what I've done to it and what I'm planning on doing as well. So yeah, coming into the interior, here we go, this is it. It's a non-M Sport and it's a pre-LCI, so that means, yeah, we have the cream headliner. I have painted the pillars. I've painted the pillars black because I am planning to actually paint this back or just actually replace it completely and give it like I think you can get Alcantara sort of wraps and stuff, so maybe at some point I might do that. But yeah, so this is a Japanese import. So this originally was a wood trim. It was like a sort of like a beige sort of wood. I did not like it at all. It was the same thing in my Toyota Mark X that had like this red sort of wood finish along the window switches, and also I think there was also some on the dash. I can't really remember. But yeah, so what I've done is I've painted this black. I sanded it down. Now the thing with this is on the wood finishes, they usually have some sort of epoxy sort of finish to make it look shiny, right? So when I was sanding that down, yeah, I had a bunch of this white stuff, which is actually really bad to breathe in, and I did not wear a mask or anything, so that probably wasn't a good idea. But yeah, sanded it down and everything, and then I just literally used matte black spray paint, like picked it up for $10 from Super Cheap Auto. But yeah, and I mean, it turned out good, and I didn't even tape anything off. I literally just like free sprayed it basically. I'll tape off like this stuff and whatnot, but apart from that, that's literally, it's not bad. I mean, if you look up real close, you can see a couple parts that don't look too good. But I mean, apart from that, because as you can see in the back, I haven't done the back yet, but for the front, I'm quite happy with this. And once we paint this black as well, I feel like this might actually turn out pretty good. Now coming under the hood, this is my favorite part about this car. Not because it's a crazy big engine or anything, but because it's reliable. Now yeah, you heard that right. BMW and reliable in the same sentence. I know, I would also second guess that myself. But being a 2.5 litre straight six, there's not that many things that can go wrong. I mean, it's got no turbo, no superchargers, not got any forced induction. So it's really just relying on itself. And, just the same as the Ford Falcon, the Barra inline six, that is also pretty reliable. Straight sixes are pretty reliable. The N52 is no exception. So what have I done with this engine so far? I mean, as you can see, I've obviously, degreased it and everything. I've made it look nice and shiny, but what I've actually done maintenance-wise is, I've obviously done my oil change. I was using 5W40 Castrol because I've heard BMWs love those. And I've also done, oil filters along with the oil change, but I've also done a Mickey Mouse flange, which I'll show you guys now. So it's pretty hard to spot, but you can kind of see it right here. You can sort of, I'll zoom in for you guys, but right there, where this little brace is here, this whole part, that's called a Mickey Mouse flange. And basically what this is, it's a connector, sort of like the top hose. It's a connector for cooling system, so all your coolant's coming through here, and it comes right into here. Now, with these BMWs, and they're quite old now, I mean, this is a 2008, so we're talking like 20 years old almost. What happens is they use plastic, and this plastic, over, heat cycles of the engine's life, they get really brittle, and they literally come apart. When I replaced this part and I took out the old one, it literally just snapped in my fingers. It was just, it was out, it was on its way out. But yeah, so I've replaced it. Now the thing is I bought an aftermarket aluminium one because I've heard really good things about those. Only issue is that they don't have the OEM O-ring, so it doesn't fit. I tried everything I could. I tried the amount of force you could possibly put. It just wasn't going in. So I had to go back to BMW. I had to buy the OEM original part, which came with a whole new hose, which I've kept because I didn't want to replace the hoses. This one looks pretty fine. So yeah, I had to replace that. and it's been pretty good. I mean, you know, I haven't really noticed any cooling issues or anything like that. I did notice as I was driving the car at some points when it was getting hot, like this thing sounded like a jet engine. It genuinely sounded like it was going to take off. It was so loud, the radiator. So I didn't really know what that was. I was thinking, oh no, maybe my electric water pump's going out, something like that. But it was a pretty simple fix. I just took it to BMW for a recall, and they replaced I think it was called an angle connector. I actually have the papers for that. So if we come in here, yeah, here we go. This is from BMW. Basically, yeah, you have these thing called recalls, and it's just like to get your car serviced. Oh no, that was for the transmission. I'll go into that in a second. Here it was here. This is from BMW. So, let's see, does it say? Oh, yeah, it sort of has a brief description here. But, yeah, it was a plug connection, which is like an angle connector. Obviously free if you do a recall. But yeah, so they replaced it, and I haven't noticed any, you know, crazy radiator sounds since. And it's been pretty good. The one thing I hate about the E90s, though, is if you come to the front, if you come to the dash, if you have a look here, you have the amount of fuel you got and how much gas you're using. There is no gauge here that's showing you what the temperature of the actual engine is, like most other cars. That I was absolutely not a fan of when I first got this car. I was worried. I was constantly driving thinking, oh man, how the hell do I know this thing's not at like boiling temperatures? But yeah, I know there is some sort of secret menu you can get to be able to check your I think it's your engine block's temperature or your coolant temperature. I have been able to check the temperature on my OBD2 reader, but yeah, no, there's no normal display you can just put up on the screen. I know you can get aftermarket thingies that sort of replace I think it's the gauges actually. It just replaces it and puts like a signal connector sort of thing. I'm not too sure actually, but yeah. But moving back to what I was pulling out before here is I also got my transmission service. That's another bit of maintenance that I've done to this car. Now the thing is, excuse me, is that I thought this had a ZF6. That has a ZF8, I'm pretty sure, the X540i. But yeah, I thought this had a ZF6. Now funny thing, maybe this is Japanese imports, I'm not too sure. But most of these came with the ZF transmissions, and ZFs, as we know that BMW, you know, they made pretty good transmissions. Those were pretty cool. They handled amazingly, they were reliable, and they shift amazingly. This doesn't have it. This has the same transmission as I think it was a Chevy and a Camaro. You're probably thinking, why the hell would they have the same transmission as that? Turns out they used a GM transmission, which is not too different from the ZF. It's actually really similar. But they're honestly, if anything, they're less pricey to maintain, and they're actually just as reliable, if not a little bit more reliable. Now, mechanically speaking, does this have an oil leak? Biggest question for any BMW or any European car. Yes. The oil filter housing gaskets, these leak all the time. It's sort of like I don't even know how to describe it, but you can actually see right there's a bit of residue there. I can't really see because there's no light going in there, but down there is as well. The biggest concern with these is it can actually drip down. It can go into your belt here, which can make, you know, you don't want oil on your belt because then it's going to make it go really brittle, and we all know what happens if your belt goes out. But yeah, I have bought the gaskets, which I'll show you guys now. Here we are. These are the oil filter housing gaskets. I bought these off Euro Performance, something like that, or some website. I think they're based in Australia, but they also do shipping in New Zealand. But yeah, I've got the gaskets here. I just need to get them installed. Do I have the E12? I'm pretty sure this one is an E12. No, I do not have that. I just have normal socket wrenches, so I'm not able to do this myself. I did get a quote from BMW. They were asking for an arm and a leg just for the labor, so I was not really interested. But at some point, I would like to get these installed. Mechanically speaking, though, am I happy? Yes, 100%. Surprisingly, you know, with BMW, their engines aren't that reliable, but the N52 is an exception. Same with the N55, I'm pretty sure, definitely not the N54. But a straight 6, non-turbo, 2.5 liter, you're actually looking at some pretty good reliability. Do I have any plans to get a supercharger kit or turbo it? Definitely not. That's not what these engines are made for. They're made to be reliable. They're made to just be, you know, sort of in between where you can still have fun and have some speed, but at the same time still be able to just cruise and keep it as a daily. Cosmetically speaking, though, there are a couple things I want to do. I don't know, you guys can obviously tell I've done the eyelids because I feel like it just gives the car more of an aggressive look. And I've also obviously, you know, blacked out the kidney grille and whatnot, but I would be interested in lowering this car. I don't want to slam it and turn into it some, you know, some riced out German, but I do want to lower it a bit to give it more of a sporty feel, and also just, you know, so it can sit lower, which will always look nicer. And obviously I want to change out the rims as well, as these are non-M Sport, you know, just stock BMW rims. So if I could change these out for maybe some M Sport rims, I would absolutely love that, and I would be interested in doing that. And the back, however, I don't know what you guys think of this, but I put a 335i badge on the back. I would be interested in changing out the tail lights, as these are just, you know, the pre-LCI, not M Sport. Oh, sorry, not M Sport. You don't have M Sport tail lights, but they're just, you know, just pretty stock tail lights. I would love to change these out for some aftermarket ones I've seen on AliExpress. Pretty expensive, but they're actually not that bad. For the rear bumper, I would love to change this out to a M Sport LCI rear bumper. Again, I don't know what the fitting is going to be like for a pre-LCI and trying to put LCI bumpers on. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but I mean, if I could, I would absolutely love to do that. So am I happy with this car? Yeah. Is it a massive relief from that Audi A4 I had? Yes. If you guys don't know, I did have an Audi A4. It was a 2009 1.8 liter TFSI. That was a headache. I didn't know at the time, but when I bought it, it actually had a rear main seal leak. To get that fixed, you're thinking of getting the transmission dropped. I don't know about the engine, but it's just, you know, you're looking at 10k above to be able to get that replaced. So this is an absolute relief from an Audi. But yeah, that's it. This is my 2008 BMW 325i E90. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to be able to change out the back of it, you know, the front as well, cosmetically just change it up. You know, and get an exhaust. That would be pretty cool, because I know some N52s, especially the B30s, they can they can sound incredible. So I would love to do that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll definitely upload some more if I can get any more updates on the car and any more, you know, new mods. But apart from that, yeah, thanks for watching.